So let's see. And here it is, the Edge 1040. Now I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to connect it up and jump on my bike and ride. I'm going to see if I can just use this right out of the box without doing anything. And the first thing is, can I connect it to my bike where my old Garmin was? I did not get the one that works with the solar because it's in the first generation and it's just something that could go wrong, and I don't need to be riding the 35 to 40 hours that the solar would give you. 72% battery. Well, let's see if it fits. English is good. Now, no English. Oh, I guess I pressed a check. Okay, it wants to set up my phone. Oh, I'm not expecting it to talk to my phone. This is my work phone, the one I use to ride with. In the app, oh, there's an app, Garmin Connect Mobile. Well, it's not going to let me go beyond this. Oh, here we go. Skip phone setup. Statute, I guess that means statute miles instead of metric. Yes. 12 hour, okay, yes. Now, is it going to know that my sensors are connected? If I do this, it turns that sensor on, and I may have to spin the wheel to see about that sensor. Okay, I need the chest strap. It's not going to find a chest strap. I have this Via. I like it. It's been good, except when the battery gets low. So here's the new Garmin. Wake up sensors to connect, huh? How do you wake up a sensor? You put it on and start running? Do you press something? Well, this is not going to be one of those intuitive kind of things. Let's see, inform itself about this sensor and we can get on the way. Maybe all you do is make this wet and put it on. Oh, we have a heart rate here. Add that one, and it's connect, add sensor. Heart rate, speed, cadence. Rotate the crank arms. Okay, well, it apparently doesn't like the one that is on my bike that I got. It's really kind of annoying that the ones that the Garmin 810 works with is not working with this. Lights, radar, power, edge remote. Okay, this is going to take some reading up. I'm not going to take this on a ride this time. Does it fit? It does fit to that connector. Will it let go? There's a bunch of connectors there. Okay. It says it's connected. I don't believe it. Maybe it's connected to that one. I'm going to get out my trusty Garmin 810. This is not a thing where you can simply just twist it onto the bike and go. It wants to be paired with the phone. It needs some kind of cadence that it likes. This is why I'm replacing my Garmin 810. Is the rubber button's missing. I need to press my key, then it comes on, and it will right away find the sensors. At least it always has. See, here's where it's marking that it's looking for the sensors. As soon as the sensor is turned, it will find it, and it will also find a power meter. My iPhone 7 I like to use on the bike because it fits right there, and if anything happens to it, I don't care that much. I'm going to get the Garmin Connect and install it. See, when I connect my 810, I put it on here, I get on the bike and I start moving. Then it detects the GPS satellite, it detects the power and the cadence. So maybe that's how this thing works as well. We're about ready to find out. I'm gonna pause this while it's downloading Garmin Connect and get my bike loaded up and continue on the road. Speed and cadence sensor. Doesn't say anything about a power sensor, a watt meter. That's gonna be important. I'm sure it must do that. The 810 does it. Mounting stuff, charging cables. Okay, so let's take this alongside my Garmin 810. I'm not going to mess with these sensors. The Garmin 810 works with it. No watts, no cadence. This says heart rate, speed, sensors found. Show more. Okay, add. Where's my... Rotate the crank arms. Well, I'm rotated them. It's waiting for the phone, telling me how to use it. I wonder if the Garmin thing has... Okay, now I need to sign into my Garmin account. So I'm not doing that. I don't have that stuff with me here. Well, when you stop, it pauses. I finally connected it. I just pressed this a couple of different times until I got some screen that made a sense. And apparently it's telling me, those two orange things are telling me that the ride is paused. And now there's a green arrow and it says I'm started. And it's tracking some things. I don't see the power in there, but a lot of other stuff is showing up. I need to customize that screen. Nice big letters, very colorful. It's paused. The 3988 is connected though, whatever that is. Okay. Oh look, there was a heart rate. Jeez, it said 95 and then so when the sun is up at this angle, I can't see into this very well. I noticed there's this orange pause button. When you stop, it pauses you. I'm sure that's set up that way. And now we can probably see pretty well. I'd like to get the power on there, and I haven't figured out how to do that. Heart rate was not showing. It flashed on there, the heart rate flashed on there for a moment, so I knew it could work. I put on the Garmin. After about 30 seconds, it said, do you want me to replace that existing heart rate monitor with this one? And I clicked yes, and so now the heart rate is showing up. Now when we go, that changes to a green arrow, and then it goes off the screen. There we go. I put the Garmin heart rate monitor on, and you can see it's paused itself. My heart rate is 101. This is what it looks like in the sun. If the sun is up about 30 degrees, you can't see this thing. See, just to slap this thing on and think you're gonna ride is gonna be a challenge. Press this. This is the start stop button down here, and if I want to save it. So let's save it. New distance, new ascent. Okay, it did let me know what the battery level was. Here's the on off, just like in the other one. Activity in progress. Stop the timer before putting the device to sleep or powering off. Thinks I'm on a ride because it's paused. That means you're finished? Discard. Trash button. Power on off. Will let me on the power off. It lets me power off now. I need to make sure all the information in the Garmin 810 is in my Garmin Connect statistics. So you have to unplug it and plug it in again. Now it says transferring to mass storage again. Now it's actually syncing. Okay, we're going up here where I installed Garmin Express and open that. When I plugged it in, we found a new device. Add this device with Express now. It found this. You'll need Garmin Connect account to upload your data wirelessly. Set up a Wi-Fi network. Your device will sync automatically when in range of the network. Well, that's new. I used to have to just plug it in. One of the things I like the Edge 1040 is it shows my speeds being faster. I have the wheel diameter set to auto, and maybe that has something to do with it. Inspires me to get this thing going. Let's do Edge A10. Let's go to Garmin, view my activities. I want to view my activities. And nothing happens. I downloaded Garmin Connect and I logged in, and then there is this turn on notifications. It's going to notify me about all these things. Select my device. Do you have a device to connect? No, I don't have these devices. Oh, here's where I went 10 miles today. So it's aware. I want to see my rides on Garmin Connect. How can I do that? It's loading courses, workouts, and stuff, even though, what is this? There's a software your device will restart. So how does it know that? It's not even, when I log into Garmin Connect on my iPad Pro, I just get the same screen that's on my iPhone, only with a lot of black around it. Challenges, news, here's news feed. And there's this 10-mile ride that I just did, trying to figure out how this Garmin works. Does it tell that I use the 1040? Okay, I'm signing into Garmin Connect on a browser that's open in iPad Pro. I did use Safari instead of Chrome. It's got my heart rate, but not the power. Cadence. No cadence, no power. There's 0 watts. So now that's the next problem. to figure out. Okay, I'm setting up my Garmin 1040 to the different power sensors in my bike. So this is the SRAM Powerglide Quark. This is the power meter. I used a little Goo Gone. It was really kind of grody in here, and some Q-tips, and cleaned this up. Now, in order for the Garmin to recognize this thing, it needs to be on. And I know I just turned the wheel here and the red light came on, but it's not now on, and it wasn't when I was trying to set it up. So what I did is I took the battery out, I unscrewed this, and took the battery out. See, and it disconnected, and so now this light came on, and so that activates the power meter. We're going to add sensors. I have the speed sensor 2 and cadence sensor 2. On the other side of this bike, I have here the DuoTrap, and it measures speed and cadence. Cadence, there's supposed to be a sensor around here, and it must have fallen off because my Garmin 810 was working fine, and then I got this Garmin, and maybe it became upset and jumped off the bike. But anyway, there is supposed to be a magnet on the back of this that goes by and hits that. So when I was just running my Garmin 810, I was getting cadence. And then there's the speed. A magnet fits on one of these spokes and goes close. This sensor here, it hasn't been there, so it must be going by GPS. Anyway, this is going to be now deprecated. Look, there's some stress fractures in it. Probably needs a battery. I don't think I've ever replaced a battery in like 15 years, so I don't know where it's getting cadence. The 810 was getting cadence from, and it must have been getting speed from GPS. There's no sensor on here. It's searching for the power meter and the heart rate monitors. We're just going to move on and attach the speed sensor and cadence sensor. So after 2 revolutions, the sensor should be blinking. It flashes green for 5 seconds to indicate activity after 2 revolutions. It's supposed to flash green. It's not flashing green after 2 revolutions. No green flashing. Oh, there's some green right there. It blinks right through it. It is capable of blinking green. Okay, turn it 2 times. 1, 2, 3. I don't see any blinking green. I know it's capable of it. When I put the battery in, we just saw it do it. It's searching for everything. 3 different sizes. And this gets put over here. It will clear. Let's try the biggest one. Add sensor, speed, cadence. Oh, look. Two out of 10 data fields selected. As soon as it finds something, it wants you to put it in a data field. Speed. So 3 of 10 data fields selected. I'll just go with that. I use the 7B screen, this one. The speed is there. Okay, speed. Cadence sensor connected. It just says that. There, that's the cadence. Sensor details, yes. Okay, so we have the cadence, the speed, 2 heart rate straps, the power meter, and I don't know, another speed. 54021 speed. I don't know where that comes from, but let's delete it. Remove sensor, check. It's searching for the heart rate and it's searching for the power. Let's see if I can get the power meter to show up here. All right, let's remove it. Okay, we're gonna add a sensor. We're gonna go back to adding the power. So we're gonna add a sensor. We're gonna hit power. All right, I'm holding down the brake. And rotating the crank arm. All right, it's not doing anything. Lights on. Power meter detected. Said add custom screens. I'm not going to add any more sensors. So we got the power, we got the speed, and 2 heart rate monitors, and the cadence. Activity profiles. We're not going to create a new one. All right. So just swipe up. This is what it looks like when I ride. Let's see what happens if I do a little cranking here. Cadence sensor connected. Oh, we need to get some speed. So let's spin that. So there's power, cadence, speed, the 2 heart rate monitors, I returned this to get the one that you don't have to use screws, and apparently it still has that one stored in there. So we swipe the screen. Here's the power screen. And the map and the elevation and the cadence screen, direction screen, and power screen back. So it looks like there's two power screens. So let's see how we can go back and change these screens. Settings. If I hit in that, yes, you have to hit, this is the counterintuitive part. You have to hit on this. And then that will get you to your data screens. And here I have screen 1, screen 3, the map, workout, stamina, Powerglide, elevation, climb pro, screen 5, compass, and screen 7. I need to go look at what those screens are, like screen 7, show screen. There's 4 fields in screen, and it has power, average power, weight as per kilogram, watts per kilogram, 3 seconds of power. So that's a power screen. And you can change how many things you want to display in there. Like you can go to 5, you can 4. That one has a little graph. Let's keep that one. And now you can tap to swap a field. So you can swap these around, tapping it, check. Anyway, you can move them around. The point of this movie was to attach the sensors, and we've done that. Look, it also lets you know what the battery status is in these sensors. The power meter, let's see if it knows about that. See, it's not a Garmin power meter. It's a Quark. That's it.
Smash the like button if you did.